Everybody is talking about it. Everyone, no?
Everyone.
Instagram engagement is declining, and we have some proof of that. However, it's not the end of the world. We're going to talk to you today about how to combat the Instagram changes in the algorithm. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. So first off, we owe an explanation.
We do.
So we've been gone for
I think a month.
about a month. Terrible. Awful, okay? Like, we're the worst people. Like, we are the ones that definitely this should not have happened to, because we are very big on batching content. But what had happened was we ended up getting a last minute client campaign, and that actually sent us out of the country to Jamaica, which we weren't really complaining about.
You don't say no.
But that week was actually the same week that we had our schedule to batch all of our content, because batching is king and gathering all the content you can for distribution. So then we end up skipping that week, which just threw us in a whirlwind and just threw off our entire plan.
We had another campaign right after that. We were back here in Montreal for less than a week.
Yeah.
So it was catching up, and one part of catching up was not the video. So we apologized. We actually had some people reach out and be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
And you guys good?
Sorry.
So we shan't happen again. Thank you guys for sticking around and continue watching the other videos. You guys are the best.
I want to say hi to new subscribers too, because there are a few new subscribers that have come through, so thank you.
Hey.
Thanks for subscribing. So we're going to be batching content, and we're going to be making sure that we are distributing valuable information to you on more than a weekly basis. Let us know when you guys watch stuff. Do you watch stuff on the weekends more? Do you watch stuff during the day? We heard some people say they watch things at lunchtime. That's just kind of interesting for us to know in terms of should we put stuff out on the weekends? Are you chilling on the weekend and watching more? Or is it like your guys are watching on lunchtime during the day? That just kind of lets us know when we should distribute, because we're thinking about adding 2 to 3 more videos per week. So let us know. All right, let's get into the video.
Yes.
So what you're here for, Instagram engagement. What is going on? People are actually hitting us up on DMs, on Twitter, just saying hey guys, my Instagram engagement is decreasing. Has anyone else been talking about this? Are you seeing it with your clients? And we have noticed an overall decrease, not across all clients, but we are noticing that it's happening across certain accounts. So, of course, as social media strategists, we had to go out and start looking at what's happening in the news, and there is actually an explanation for it.
There is indeed.
Not so much an explanation as so much as you're not crazy, and it's not just you.
Just a bit of background, first of all. So since 2017, Instagram announced there were 25 million business accounts or brand accounts, up from 15 million from the last time they announced numbers. Now, they haven't announced numbers since, so you could imagine that with the growth of Instagram over the last 2 years, that number, probably doubled. So what that really means is that there's more brands vying for the consumer attention, and really this is an attention economy here. So there's only so much time, energy, and space that people have to give to brands on Instagram specifically. A company called Trust Insights ran a report, and they analyzed about 1.5 million posts on the feed, just under 1.5, from about, it was 3,700 brand profiles, to see how the engagement rate has changed. So from January this year, when the average, which is actually crazy when you think about it, is only 1.2% engagement rate for a brand, in July 2019 has gone down to about 0.8%. So the graph it was a slow trend, but it dipped really heavily in the last 1 to 2 months. So,
which is when we're hearing everybody come to us and say what's going on? My engagement is declining. So
exactly, but not necessarily for stories. Now, they didn't analyze stories, so we're going to get to that at the end. So keep watching, because we're going to give you tips on how to make sure that you break through the algorithm changes and do the best you can to make sure that people still see your content.
We just wanted to hit you with some stats. So there are some stats to let you know that you're not crazy. There's something happening. And now we want to get into what you can do to break through any changes or make yourself, there's recession proof, algorithm proof.
Ooh, good one.
All right, let's get started. The number one thing that we have to understand is that yes, Instagram is for sharing and connecting and all these things. They all matter too. That is the base of the platform. But in terms from a money perspective and a revenue generating perspective, Instagram wants people to stay on the platform as long as possible. So if you want to be Instagram's best friend and you want to be in favor and you want to be kind of in a partnership with Instagram, what you can do to help yourself and also help Instagram is ensure that you keep your audience and potential followers on your account as long as possible and in the platform basically for as long as possible. So one thing that we definitely would recommend is stories.
Yes.
So we actually haven't seen any decline, and in the article that we just spoke about, there was no noted decline at all in stories views.
They didn't analyze stories, to be fair, but our anecdotal evidence from what we've seen, the stories numbers have not changed.
Yeah, our clients are only seeing increases, if anything, as your
Yeah.
followers go up, your story views increase. So what we would highly, highly recommend is if you do not have a story strategy yet, get one. It is time. As the feed continues to reduce its organic reach, implementing a story strategy and keeping yourself active on Instagram in that arena is going to be a very beneficial tactic for you, especially because it's going to keep people on your page, maybe bring them to your feed, and there are opportunities there in terms of how to keep people engaged and increase your engagement in stories. We actually have a video on that we will link in the description below and put in the little card in whatever corner it's going to be. Is it that corner?
I think so.
Okay. So we'll put a card in that corner to let you know about our tips and the things that we've seen that have worked for increasing your engagement on Instagram stories. We cannot express this enough. Do not miss out on Instagram stories. And between that and Instagram stories ads, which is another conversation, double down on that because not enough people are doing it, and there was a huge opportunity there to reach a new audience via stories.
Absolutely.
Next way,
asking questions. So there's a couple ways to do it. One is via stories. You can physically film yourself and ask the question, or you can take a picture and type it. The better way, of course, is to use the sticker, the poll sticker, the yes or no, or the ask me anything kind of Q&A sticker. That one is super, super key and really generates the most engagement. And secondly, in your captions on your feed posts. We've mentioned this before, I believe, on the videos, but we do that for a lot of our clients, and every time we do it, we always see a jump in engagement. So that's super key.
And that's because, again, when you're asking a question, when you're thinking about the algorithm and what Instagram wants and how you can play to what Instagram wants, when you ask a question, now you're getting a conversation going, which means you're ranking up time that you're spending and that your customer, audience, follower is spending on the platform as well, which makes Instagram very happy.
Absolutely. And following from that, another way is by creating longer captions. So as Tiff mentioned, in order for Instagram to be happy, they want to see people spend more time on your post. So if you put a longer caption, somewhat of a narrative or a story that's engaging, that's authentic to you and your brand, then people will stick around and read that, and that will keep them on the post for longer. And you can also build a question into the end as well, which I have seen people do that, and it's super effective. So between asking questions and writing longer captions, it's a nice, easy way to keep people on your profile for longer.
Speaking of engagement, when we're talking about engagement, this is as important as distribution. So we have so many clients pre-us who are actually just posting and leaving, and we still hear about this in consultations and things like that about like, why aren't I getting engagement? It's like, are you speaking to people? What are you doing in the platform? And a lot of people are distributing and just leaving. Instagram does not want that. Just as we've said before, they want you to be on the platform. So as much as someone else is on the platform, it's important that you are on this platform as well, so they can see that you are actually an account building a community around you. So take time out of your day to go out and engage with relevant accounts. This is so important from the aspect of replying to people on your accounts, but also going out and finding new accounts via hashtags. Get involved in the comment section, for example. So if you are in a discussion, say for example, Gary Vee says something and asks a question and you see someone else answering, go in there and start talking to people, because what you're going to do, if you are similar to Gary Vee, for example, or in a similar industry to the person you're commenting in, you're going to draw people back to your account, which will, one, increase likelihood of conversion, so give you a follow, but two, also increase your engagement as well, because you will be on the platform and the algorithm will favor you for that.
One thing we've mentioned multiple times before is our 3-tag approach. So that is hashtags, location tags, and account or brand tags. That is always an effective way to generate organic reach and organic discovery through the platform. It's the way a lot of people search for things. Continuing to do that, it's just a great best practice, whether it's stories or on your feed.
In addition to tagging relevant accounts, you want to follow relevant accounts.
Yes.
So make sure that Instagram can understand what your account is. Those hashtags are going to help Instagram understand. Who you're tagging is going to let Instagram understand. And then who you're following is going to let them link. So, you know, on that Explorer page where you see a lot of images come up, and that's where a lot of discoverability comes from, and virality, if you are following accounts that are similar to yours, it's going to help Instagram understand who you are and then push your content out to people who are going to stay on the platform longer because they find you and are interested in you. When you're following, don't follow just to follow anyone. Be strategic in your following to make sure that you're giving Instagram as much information as possible to push your content further.
That's it. Next up is IGTV. We spoke about this in our prediction for 2019 video, so we're pretty happy that we're seemingly on the money here, that the IGTV aspect of Instagram has really been focused on by the company, and we're noticing a ton of growth and a ton more views if you post on IGTV versus if you post on the feed. It's been fantastic to watch. We've tried that with a bunch of our clients. Instead of posting a video natively to the feed, we're posting to IGTV and then sharing to the feed. And the numbers prior to the algorithm change, to be fair, were about 10 to 15x what we were getting on the feed. Now with the change, I would say we're getting 5 to 7x.
Although we have to point out, Instagram says there are no changes. This is just something that we are hearing and seeing ourselves, even though Instagram says there are no changes.
And the company that did the actual report, they compared nearly 4,000 brand accounts and nearly 1.5 million posts. So I feel like the data kind of says it all. But anyway.
Yeah. And in addition to IGTV, in the end, the concept is video. So if you are not implementing video into your strategy yet, do so. You don't need the biggest cameras in the world. You don't need to use an expensive camera. We're using a fairly expensive camera here. You can use a new phone. We actually have a video on this. So we have a video on content creation tools that'll help you create video and content for social media. We will link that in the description as well to not elongate this video. If you do not have video as part of your strategy, we highly, highly recommend it, as videos consistently perform better than photos.
Facts.
And last but certainly not least, paying to play.
That's what they want us to do.
People don't want to talk about money, but money talks, okay? Sorry guys, it's a serious topic here, but what are you gonna do? You laugh or you cry, okay? Like, you just gotta move forward. So money talks on the platform. What we found very successful is something that we like to call just micro boosting. So there's an option to micro boost posts, specifically with engagement. So on the back end of the ad manager there, you can boost posts to increase engagement. So if you're really feeling like nobody is seeing my stuff, I'm implementing all these tips that High Season has told me, and you have a little bit of a budget, we would highly recommend boosting key posts that you really want your audience to see in order to increase the opportunities for engagement and ensure that they are seen. You can do this for as low as $10 per post, even lower. Really, you could go 5, but we would say like 10 at the minimum, and you'll definitely see an increase if you just start testing the little micro boosts. If you want us to do a video or talk more about ads, let us know in the comments below, and that's something that we'll look into as well. All right, guys, that's it. That is our video on Instagram engagement, the decline, and how to combat that decline, how to algorithm proof yourself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any further videos from us. Follow us on social media everywhere at High Season Co. And check out our website for corresponding blog posts at highseasonco.com. Feels good to be back.
Yeah.
Definitely missed you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.